Hey, it's Alyssa from RomeWise, your go-to guide to Rome. I'm standing here in the Protestant Cemetery in front of the grave of the English Romantic poet John Keats, who died in Rome in 1821 and was buried here. The poet Shelley was also buried in the cemetery in another spot. I just want to share with you some of the beautiful cemeteries that we have here in Rome. I know that may not be on your top 10 list of things to see and do, but we have some really unusual and beautiful cemeteries, and I want to show you why they're worth a visit and show you how you can visit them. So, ready? Let's go. This is probably one of the most famous cemeteries to visit in Rome. I'm not talking about all of the catacombs, the tombs, for example, Tomb of St. Peter, the Mausoleum of Hadrian, the Mausoleum of Augustus. Those are ancient Roman tombs. I'm talking about cemeteries that you can visit like this that have a little bit more contemporary graves. So why is this cemetery called the Protestant Cemetery? Also called the non-Catholic cemetery or the English cemetery. And the reality is that none of those are 100% correct. The cemetery came into being in the 1700s to accommodate someone who died in Rome and was not Catholic and could not be buried in consecrated Catholic ground. This land was given as a place to bury non-Catholics, non-Italians. As it turns out today, there's a bit of everybody here. We've got Catholics, we've got Italians, we've got Russians. You're going to see tombstones in Hebrew, Cyrillic, Arabic. And that pyramid over there, by the way, is actually a tomb all by itself, but it is from ancient Rome. That tomb was put there by a wealthy nobleman, Gaius Cestius, in around 16 or 17 BC, and it was later incorporated into the Aurelian walls. Everybody associates this pyramid with this cemetery. The cemetery is also home to a large cat colony who are, well, they're somewhat stray, but they are actually well cared for, as you can see, and you might see them roaming around the cemetery. Let me take you with me to the other side of the cemetery now. This is the oldest part of the cemetery, and later they added a lot more graves on the other side, a lot more close together, and I'm going to go take a look at the grave of Shelley and some other beautiful tombstones that are worth looking at just for the beauty and how moving they are. This section out here, closer to the right-hand wall, is newer. And since the cemetery is still in use, this is where you're going to find newer graves. Might be interested to see the grave of Antonio Gramsci, who was the founder of the Communist Party of Italy. One of my favorite Italian authors who just recently passed away, Andrea Camilleri, is buried here as well. I think for many people, this is probably the grave that's most often photographed and visited because it's just so moving. This is the grave of John Keats, who died here in Rome. The grave actually doesn't have his name on it, but next to it you can see the grave of his good friend Joseph Severin, and it says devoted friend and deathbed companion of John Keats. You can actually visit the house that Keats lived in right near the Spanish Steps. It's a museum. This cemetery may be one of the largest and most fascinating of the cemeteries here in Rome that you can visit, but I want to show you a few of the other ones that I think are also really beautiful and cemeteries that are worth a visit as well. Once you leave the Protestant Cemetery, come out this side. You've got the wall over here. And just across the street is the Rome War Cemetery. This is the cemetery for Commonwealth war dead. And it is currently closed, but it's often open during the day, and you can visit both of these cemeteries on the same day. I hope you've enjoyed this video all about cemeteries here in Rome. Come on over and visit the page all about it on the website. Hit that like button below, subscribe, and we'll see you at the next video. Ciao for now.